News or me? The United States cautions Russia not to divert power from Ukraine's nuclear facility. Thursday, Washington warned Russia not to shift energy from a nuclear facility. Kyiv asserts that it was disconnected from the grid and demands an independent inspection of the facility mount. According to the official energy operator, the Zaporizhzhia nuclear reactor in Ukraine is occupied by Russian forces and was severed from the national power grid on Thursday. The U.S. warned Russia against shifting energy from the plant. The plant's electricity rightfully belongs to Ukraine, and any attempt to disconnect it from the Ukrainian power infrastructure and send it to occupied territories is unacceptable, State Department spokesperson Vedant Patel told reporters. No nation should convert a nuclear power facility into a battlefield, and we reject any Russian efforts to weaponize or divert electricity from the plant. Ukraine alerted the International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA, that the plant momentarily lost power, further emphasizing the urgent necessity for an IAEA expert mission to travel to the site, according to the IAEA. We cannot afford to waste any additional time. In the following days, I intend to personally lead an IAEA team to the plant, Director General of the organization Rafael Mariano Grossi remarked. The press secretary of the White House, Karine Jean-Pierre, encouraged Russia to commit to a demilitarized zone around the plant and allow the IAEA to conduct a safety inspection as soon as feasible. The largest nuclear facility in Europe, the Zaporizhzhia plant, has been captured by Russian forces in southern Ukraine since the opening weeks of the conflict and has been on the front lines ever since. Moscow and Kyiv have recently traded blame for shelling around the complex, a very volatile scenario that, according to the IAEA, highlights the very real possibility of a nuclear calamity. President Volodymyr Zelensky referred to Russian activity near the nuclear power facility as a threat. Russia has placed Ukrainians and all of Europe on the verge of a radiological catastrophe. In his nightly speech, he stated. The White House reported that in a phone chat with Zelensky, President Joe Biden demanded that Russia surrender complete control of the plant and allow in UN nuclear inspectors. Zelensky stated earlier on Thursday that he had spoken with Vice President Biden and thanked him for the unwavering support of the United States. We discussed Ukraine's next moves toward triumph against the aggressor and the significance of holding Russia accountable for war crimes, Zelensky wrote on Twitter. According to a document published on a government website, Russian President Vladimir Putin signed a directive to boost the size of his country's army to more than 2 million, including 1.15 million personnel, beginning in January 2019. Putin estimated the army size in 2017 to be approximately 1.9 million personnel with 1.01 million soldiers. According to Energoatom, the Zaporizhzhia plant was unplugged from the national grid after ash pit fires in a nearby thermal power facility twice cut a power connection. The operator stated that the 3 other power lines were previously damaged during terrorist assaults by Russian soldiers. As a result of the invaders' actions, the Zaporizhzhia nuclear electrical plant was disconnected from the power grid for the first time in the plant's history. Telegram has added Energoatom. In addition, operations are underway to connect one of the reactors to the network, the report stated. Officials in Kyiv suspect that Moscow seized the station to reroute electricity to the 2014 annexed Crimean Peninsula. Energoatom could not be reached immediately for comment on whether the supply had been diverted, the source of the ash pit fires, or the number of individuals without power. However, the mayor of Melitopol, Ivan Fedorov, stated that nearly all occupied settlements in Zaporizhzhia have been deprived of electricity by Russian troops. As the EU issued a warning, the death toll from an airstrike on a train station in central Ukraine increased to 25 on Thursday. The perpetrators of Russian rocket attacks will be held accountable. Wednesday's attack on a train hub in the city of Chaplin, Dnipropetrovsk area, resulted in the deaths of 200 Ukrainian service members, according to a counterclaim provided by Russia. The incident occurred 6 months after Russia launched its invasion of Ukraine and on the day Ukraine celebrated its independence from the Soviet Union in 1991. On Thursday, Ukrainian Railways reported that the death toll had grown from 22 to 25, including 2 children, with an additional 31 persons injured. Moscow's defense ministry stated in a regular news briefing that the train was en route to combat zones in eastern Ukraine's Donbas area, which Russia hopes to control. However, EU Foreign Policy Chief Josep Borrell strongly criticized Russia's latest barbaric attack on civilians. The UN Humanitarian Coordinator for Ukraine, Denise Brown, described the attack as yet another illustration of the agony this war is inflicting on the Ukrainian people. Ukraine asserted on Thursday that it had repatriated 53 infants who were illegally transferred to Russia for adoption, but did not provide any other information regarding the operation.